Hi guys, welcome back to episode 6 of our Throttur Reykjavik save. I'm really excited to continue on to next season. Um, we have not really progressed much at all time wise since the last episode. I didn't want to get too far ahead because of any contract signings or anything else that happens. Um, really, the only things that happened was I just made sure I offered some guys contracts. Um, Logie Oscarson, Kaldal, or Kanal, Gunnlaugson, Voller, Gusarasen. These guys, I made sure I offered them contracts. So I've got some of them tied down for a while, hopefully, and hopefully they stay for a while. But we've got signings we got to make, and I'm going to look for a goalkeeper. Gudmundsson had a really tough year and really frustrated me. So I want to improve the goalkeeper, and we need full back coverage. We don't really have that at all. So we'll start there and look maybe elsewhere. King, I was actually really disappointed with King this season. So if he goes, if I can get him out, honestly, I wouldn't mind it. But, we'll see about him. Um, but yeah, midfielder, maybe another forward, a striker option. But I do have Chris Janssen, who's going to be converting to striker, playing striker a lot more this season. Since give Jeff some more time, and since we have Canal as well, allow Canal space to get in there. So we're just going to see really what becomes available, who's available. We have wage budget. We've got some wage budget, but we have not really any transfer budget. So, I might move some of that around a little bit, but it's not necessarily looking pretty. We'll see. But we're going to go ahead and just continue on and just see kind of what spurs up. I'm going to start offering some guys some trials and seeing. I would start with goalkeepers, goalies, because of the non-EU rule. I really want to make sure that my goalkeeper is an EU national, just because I don't want to waste a EU spot, non-EU spot on a goalkeeper. It just doesn't make sense. Um, yeah, someone like this, like I would probably at least scout him, but I don't have really scouting range and all. Uh, Good Johansson contract, Albertson contract, Vingy Plotter youth contract, Sigurd Steinson youth contract. So a lot of guys getting these youth contracts sorted out, and that's fine by me. It's potentially, some of these guys might be the future of this club. So, obviously, I want to get these guys tied down and secure as some more guys' contracts are expiring and all. Yoko is gone. Benjamin Johnson, our backup goalkeeper, is contract's expiring, so he's gonna be going. I don't think he. No, he's not back yet. Okay, I was gonna say I don't think Odgerson is back yet. Subotic, we were able to extend Subotic. Sakande does not want to extend at the moment, so that is really worrying because his contract is expiring soon. But we've got him 3 more years, or at least until he throws a fit and needs to leave. So, yeah, pretty happy to bring him in. Let's have a look at our physios, competent and reasonable. But yeah, we're just going to continue on, and as stuff happens, we'll kind of cut in. All right, guys. Yeah, so you can see here I've got loads of guys here on trial. Um, I like Ochoa, but he's not EU, so I'm kind of staying away from him. I'm looking at Sepe. I'm looking at Olazabal right here. It's just going to be one of those things where I end up with a little bit of an older goalkeeper for this season. And this is one of those glitches that is currently happening in this current uh, update. It just keeps kind of backing out like that. But probably going to be looking for a little bit of an older goalkeeper just for a year while we build on things. We'll see. Um, the club will continue to not let me get a U19 team ourselves, which is upsetting. It's frustrating. I want one so I don't have to deal with the that like affiliate club and I can just move players around as much as I want and all. It's kind of hard to see, but it is what it is. The club won't do it. Pretty strict in things at the moment, but I'm just kind of looking and seeing what pops up, what the scouts bring to me, and what intermediaries bring to me, and seeing from there. But I'm not necessarily thrilled with some of the options I have of incomings at the moment. I mean, we still got time. It's still just hit November 1st, so we still have time, and I'm perfectly fine. Henriksen, I'm perfectly fine with letting him walk. He's not any good. Um, I could have swore Gigi Ingvarsson, his contract is going to be expiring next year, so I'm going to eventually get him tied up. Um, I'm going to see if he will enter. Yeah, he doesn't want to extend as well. Disappointing. That stuff we'll just kind of leave for now. Bergson, I do want to end up bringing in, extend anyway, and I'll just ask the GM to sign anyone that haven't already. Club finances not necessarily looking fantastic, but that's all right. Um, Henriksen's contract has been officially released. Good, you set bringing it in. Subotic, some guys do get released, so we'll go back to the um, database here and see. Cannot do everything at once, but see if anyone else has gone ahead, been released. But yeah, I'm just gonna pretty much just keep doing this, just keep looking through and seeing um, who's available, who's not. I mean, 45-year-old Icelandic. It's a bit, it's a bit of a stretch, but we're just gonna keep going and looking through here um, and seeing what's available, and maybe we can find somebody that's actually quite decent and free now, especially since clubs just released a bunch of guys. One thing that just came through is international players called up for international duties, Icelandic youth teams, but Ramesh Kanal actually got caught up to the U19 Euro Championship qualifiers. So actually pretty interesting that Kanal comes gets called up and not Oscarsson. But hey, I mean we'll see. It's pretty cool though that guys that we literally just got in our youth intake, you know, last episode are getting caught up to youth international teams. I think it's awesome. Um, I'm still kind of look back and forth on who I actually want to sign. I'm kind of looking. Should probably go to general. Gives you a little bit of better idea. Bernabe here, Spanish, 32 years old. Looks quite decent. 6'2". It's just he's just better than Gudmundsson. I believe it's him. Yes, it is. I mean, you can see he's just better. Gudmundsson is better rushing out, centricity, flair, determination, decisions, aggression. But I mean, like one on ones, reflexes, throwing, that kind of stuff. He's a little bit better. So Bernababe is definitely towards the top. I hate that keeps going back to selection info, but Olazabal is also an option. He's 6'2" as well. Eight reflexes though, actually. So never mind. He is not going to be uh, in. There's no shot I'm bringing him in. What about Sepa here? 10 reflexes, but 14 1-on-1s. Kind of goes back and forth, really. It's kind of tough, but I mean, he's a lot better, actually. So I'm going to add Sepe to the short list here. And I'm going to go over to Bernababe. Short list. Might have to hit continue for it to pop up. But I mean, there's a couple guys I'm looking at, and goalkeeper is probably the number one position, and then depth at fullback. Um, I've got a few guys that I'm looking at as well for fullback options. So we'll see if they're any good. I mean, they're here on trial, so we'll just have to see if they're actually decent. There's Sepe. They look very, very close, but Sepe is better. Burnham's got that better reflexes, though. It's kind of a toss up. I guess I'll have to see. Let's see what Bernabe wants. 1.5 to 1.7. Will he go down? No. Sepe would want 2.8. Yeah, Bernabe it is. Bernabe, I mean, that's a big difference in finances. He's gonna be my main guy. Release clause of 0. There we go. $0 release clause. Bringing in Bernabe. Hopefully he does indeed sign that contract. Fullback wise, we're a bit everywhere at the moment. Abdel Rashik is the one guy that I kind of was looking at. 22 years old. He's got some decent potential, but he just doesn't look great. I mean, if I compare him to Blundell, Blundell's just better, and I'm looking to improve. So Rashik's probably going to be a no, even though the youth side of things is nice. Gieselman is looking like he might come in as my left back. He can play center back as well, which is nice. So he's got that versatility. He's 6 foot tall. When I compare him to Einerson here, just look at how much better Gieselman is. I mean, yeah, I know he's 34, but and he doesn't even want that much. So, yeah, I mean that's just, in my opinion, a smart bit of business. Can I get him? No, I can't get him important. That's fine. He'll have to be a star for a 1 year contract as well, 8 months, whatever it is. Perfectly fine with that. He's up there in age, so don't want him hanging around for too long. Right backs, I'm still looking at options, seeing what is available. I mean, you can see here, these are all youth players that, or not youth, but under 24 non EUs. But I just got to keep going back to right backs because I don't know. I'm not particularly uh, overwhelmed and enthusiastic on the right back options. So I'm just going to have to keep going and looking and seeing. But for right now, I mean, Ben Rankin is probably one of the better options. But we'll just have to keep looking and seeing and waiting to see who comes along and everything. We still got time. Karamoko here is 33. But I don't want to get too many old players, but at the same time, might have to. Obviously, player recommendations as well is an option. I mean, Mazan is apparently be a big time signing. So we're just gonna have to keep looking and seeing, keep hitting continue, and seeing what exactly happens with these signings here. All right, and there it is. I see as this comes along, Bernabe is officially agreed to a contract. So that's a nice signing, nice upgrade in the between the sticks there. Bernabe will take that starting spot for next season. Quite happy with that. I mean, we really need a goalkeeper sorted out because that was rough. Haven't decided on right back yet. It's a bunch of guys, their loans expired, so I just got to keep looking at right backs here and seeing. Hopefully, we can find something. I mean, yeah, I mean, you can see here, right back wise, yeah, I got a bunch of guys. I took off the EU international. Don't want Ahmed Fati, 41. Don't want him really. But I just got to keep looking and seeing what options I have for right backs. I mean, all of these guys right here, looking to bring in on trial. just to see a lot of Icelandic internationals. So you never know if any of them are actually any good. They might be, they might not be. We'll just have to see what how they look when they come in here in a moment. I mean, I hope that I can get a younger, under 30 would be great, but 32, 33 is kind of pushing it for my right back situation. So we'll have to see what these guys actually look like here. Um, Initial star ratings: Vincent Emmanuel doesn't look too bad. McKendy, awful, 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 awful. Just continually bad. Ravi Tsuka can be decent. Mazava, decent maybe. Rankin is back indeed. Amir Sabah as well doesn't look too bad. Samuel Mark Christensen can go. He's just not any good. Hafthorsen and Gudmundsson contracts expire in a year, so we will revisit that in a few months' time. We're more worried about building the squad for the season, not future seasons, and who knows what's going to happen really before that even comes to fruition. Christensen has been released. Snare Ignason, I'll just keep him around for now. I'll release Thomason. He can go. More guys' contracts about a year from now will expire. I'm kind of hoping I might just wait for right backs until January, because January, obviously, contracts, some more guys are going to be expired. And as Gieselman comes in, indeed, and confirms his stay, contracts expire, and guys' 6 months contracts will start coming through. So maybe I will go ahead and just wait and see what else I can find then as Gieselman comes in. And okay, so Canal just picking up a tight thigh. It's not a big deal at all. So we'll just let that go for now. But yeah, we're just going to go ahead, keep going. Looking at Ravi Soka here. The scout said A+. I mean, I have to see, what does he look like compared to Blundell? Attribute-wise, he's not that much better. I don't know. I'm not sold on him, honestly, if I'm being honest. Like, it's just not. Glow wouldn't be too bad of a player to sign, in my opinion. But I mean, I've got that Icelandic striker as well on loan or on trial. But I mean, if I compare him to Sakande, he might even. Sakande's a little bit better. So, yeah. Marius Glow, probably not. Like Vincent Manuel, he's not that good. I just don't have good right backs on trial or anything. So we just got to keep looking and waiting, I guess, and just seeing what ends up coming through, because I'm just not particularly sold on everybody. I mean, Rankin's the closest, but he's not quick. Yeah, I'm looking at Ulfarsson. I'd like to sign him, but then like what happens with the rest of my squad? If I were to sign him, looking at Sakande and Christensen here, what happens to Christensen? I've got Kadal here on that left-hand side, Jeff's on the right, Sovic can play anywhere, Christensen can play on the right or the center or striker, Kanal on the right. I mean, attack-wise, we're fine. Honestly, attack-wise, we're fine. I don't think we need another striker. Midfield, I'm all right with, because we've got Loki Oscarsson, Stefansson, Gigi Ingvarsson, Subotic, and King. I mean, even Unerstein and Ingvarsson can play in there. Bergson at center back. Obviously, some of these young guys will probably get some League Cup minutes at center back. And how is Mavaza? I don't know, man. I don't know. I just need a right back at this point. So we're just gonna have to go ahead and wait to see about what comes available when we hit January. We just confirmed our season expectations for this upcoming season: avoiding relegation, reaching the second round, and being competitive in the League Cup. Kind of your bulk standard stuff, really. But they have gone ahead and actually offered me a new contract for once, so pretty happy with that. Finally, they went ahead and offered a contract. Been waiting, really. So glad to go ahead and get that secure. Happy that we went ahead, got that sorted out. Um, Christmas Day here. We are nearing the new season as the League Cup groups get drawn. We get some money for TV rights this upcoming season, which is nice. We needed that. Bunch of salary clauses, which is really kind of actually unfortunate. That is not good. How bad is that affecting? It's not awful. Is there anybody whose contract is up that is on way too much money that I can release? Ignason, I mean, $850 at this point. That's just insane, in my opinion. Birgir Halldorson, don't know why he's still here, so fair enough. I mean, these guys aren't really on much, so it's all right for them. And these guys have not expired yet. They expire 2026, so yeah. I mean, salary wise, Kari Christiansen is at 1.1k. Subotic is at 1k. At Christiansen, that's a big contract. Kutdal is a big contract as well. But you mean Ignason barely played last year, and he was earning 850, which is our fourth most highest earning player. So yeah, there's no shot that he is going to be staying. Definitely releasing him on a free, because I'd be paying that $850 a month until he signs somewhere else or cuts his contract. So 100% just deciding to just drop that now. But League Cup, we should actually look at who is in our League Cup group. Obviously, you can see here we've got IA, Fielker, IBV, Hauker, and FH. So will be quite interesting to see how that one plays out. Premier Division, the Besta Dieldan. I can look at the early season preview. Us drop dead bottom at 1,000 to 1 to go ahead and get promoted, or to win the league, I should say. Who knows? Who knows? Obviously, there's plenty of good teams here. Bretta Blick, Vikinger, and Stjarnan are three very good teams. Valor are pretty good as well. So those games against IBV in that League Cup will be a pretty good test. But at the end of the day, we just have to survive. You look at last season and the relegation group, the bottom two teams, IA, Aftraling, IA finished with 31 points. So our goal is really going to be 35 points. I think we can do that. I think once we bring a new right back in, I think we've got enough talent and ability throughout this team to go ahead and actually win. Obviously, there's a lot of guys here, and a lot of guys that will probably be very, very good players for us. He's one of a Hauker. I'm just going to bring him on trial just to see if he's any good. Any more Icelandic players here? Him as well, Gunnlaugson. We'll just see if they're any good. I doubt they will be at this point, honestly. But we are nearing that start of contracts hitting July 1st. That's when all the contracts, you got a bunch expiring and a bunch coming in as 6 months. So maybe we could sign somebody on a pre-contract, deal with Blundell for part of a season, and go from there. Code of conduct, yeah, sure, whatever. As we are getting ready for that new season. Hymeson, he actually doesn't look awful. Good Loxon either. Welcome the squad back for preseason. We are back, and I'm not going to talk about really anything because making false promises or making these promises at the beginning of the season can be your downfall. So, just going to completely avoid them and skip our way to January as contract somebody Yamlego, who I was looking at one point, Andre Yamlego, 18-year-old Burkina Babe center back, approached to sign. Let's just talk to the agent first. Ask the agent. Let's see how that goes. I mean, I wouldn't mind just going ahead, waiting a little bit for him to come in. I'm fine with that. I'm fine with that 18-year-old defender, center back. He is 5'10, so, height wise, not great. But this level right now, just need quality. I mean, our one, Thor Halson's one of our better players, and he's like 5'9 at center back, so perfectly fine. We can deal with it as we hit December 31st. Get some friendlies starting to come in. He can be released. Jeffs is one guy I am going to at least make an attempt to re-sign. He is young, he's Icelandic, he's homegrown, and he's got bags of potential. He's still that 5-star potential, so he's got loads of it. We're just gonna have to wait and see how he gets on this year and where we can find some guys as we take into the new year. 2026 is here, so ready to get going. We will, obviously, I don't know how it's going to work with the World Cup, if we're going to be losing guys for the World Cup or whatever. I honestly just thought about that right now. But in future episodes, once we get to that time, we'll look at the groups and all that. Obviously, it's USA World Cup, so I'm going to care what it looks like in this sim and how things go through things. But it's January 1st means a whole bunch of new guys have just expired. So let's go ahead and see who is possibly a couple guys that have bids already. Suleiman Koulibaly. I'll bring him in on trial. Why not? All these guys, sure. Just to see how they are. I already have an idea on all of these guys, so Matt Lowndes at Precision. Precision's in the UAE. That's pretty cool. Cool name. But let's see. Anyone else? And we're gonna go 20. See if anybody here. I mean, it's all mostly Icelandic players. I'd love to at least get an idea of how this guy is, but he's on bid already, so probably won't be able to get him. But I'm just going to go ahead and offer a bunch of these guys trials here. Work through some trials, see if anybody's any good, and just try and, again, keep bouncing around looking and seeing. I mean, I'm looking right now at my right back options. 6-month contracts expiring in 6 months, so guys I can sign pre-contract, deal with Blundell for a bit. I mean, I'm not particularly thrilled at my options. I mean, I did send scouts to Osman Zanetti, and it may have been Mokoko Amale. Sent a couple of guys scouts out. I mean, we'll see. I don't know particularly how well things will go there. I don't know. We'll see. But we are now at the start of the new year. Really, I mean, I'm pretty excited how things are at the moment. All those Icelandic players coming in on trial. New Jersey sponsor as well, which I see up there coming. So we'll look at that. And all these guys, but Suleiman Koulibaly, are awful. So Sulman Koulibaly is definitely an option at right back, 29 years old. New sponsorship deal with absolutely no money attached to it, essentially 5.7K. So really, really cheap as chips shirt sponsor deal. I pay that for my jersey sponsor. As I made that offer for Landry Iamuego, 19-year-old defender. Going to bring him in. Going to confirm that deal in a pre-contract. I think it's going to be a good signing. I mean, you can see his pace, natural fitness is up there a little bit. He's got some good acceleration. Some of the stats I like. The scouts like him. So you can see there up to 5 stars. So I think it'll be a good one to a good player to bring in. So I'm pretty happy with that. I mean, obviously it won't be until July, but you know we can wait until then. Come through in July 1st. So pretty happy with that. Our first game is the end of this month. Well, friendly. So technically February 8th is our first proper game. So pretty happy with that against IA. So we're gonna play around with some things. I probably, barring injuries or whatever, I might start Logi Oscarsson, the 16-year-old, and see how he does in the League Cup. This is when really we're going to be testing that out, the League Cup games. So we'll see. I don't think the transfer window's open up either, so I don't even know if our signings, Bernababe and Giselson, will actually go ahead and be in for those first few games. Nick Scardina at Charlotte, well, Crown Legacy, their youth team. Yeah, Bernababe won't come in. If I go to recruitment and our transfer activity, when will he join? 222, so February 22nd for these two guys. So I unfortunately have to wait for them to come in. I can't allow them trials until they sign permanently, though. So get those two in on trial, training, working. It's just not necessarily eligible to play in those first few games, which is all right. But yeah, maybe a little bit of a different episode today as we finish up through these last few messages here. A little bit of a different episode as we just kind of look through some transfers, made a couple signings, bunch of guys in on loan. So, you know, that part of things would be good to get different views on a whole bunch of guys. Kind of a little confused there by that. But yeah, a bunch of guys here on loan. A bunch of guys signed youth contracts and all. Yeah, a load of guys. I mean, this guy's just not any good. Don't know why our GM went ahead and brought him in. But yeah, I'm going to go ahead between episodes, probably play forward a little bit to get to that first League Cup game. And we will get through those League Cup games in the next episode. So thank you guys so much for watching. I appreciate it. Make sure you guys are subscribed. I am working on some different kind of FM videos and some other real life football videos. So make sure you guys are subscribed and are ready for those. And thank you guys so much.